Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. I didn't wake up as late today. I'm going to grab a fan because I cannot keep my heat. I can't keep my temperature regulated. I think I'm sick. I don't know. I think I've been sick for the last 2-3 days. I don't feel it. I don't feel sick, but I feel run down. Just kind of You know what I mean? Just a little So yeah, I'm even a little red. It went away. Okay. Hi, Ingrid. Good to see you. Good morning. Good afternoon. So today we're going to be talking about in partnership. And we'll be utilizing the 12 by 12 also. I'll be reading 12 by 12, and it's also an AA Comes of Age, but 12 by 12, page 115. Hi, Trish. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got to have another meeting this week when you have a chance. I hope your car's doing good. So, all right. I'm just keeping an eye on my cat. He went out. He's weird. He enjoys the snow. So, he knows where all the mice are at. That's what he's doing. So, man. Yay. Progress. Hey, progress. I'm really glad to hear that. That fixes like a 2-year problem for you. And I think we just need to put a fund together called Patricia's Car Fund. So maybe we ought to do that. Help ourselves out a little bit. So I just kind of opened up as Bill sees it, and didn't like a couple of the topics I landed on this one. I like to mix it up some, and I usually like to talk on things that are pertinent at the time. This one really isn't, but maybe it is. I don't know. We haven't read it yet. All right, in partnership. As we made spiritual progress, it became clear. Okay, I'm just going to read from the 12 by 12 real quick because it's probably going to say the same thing, and I don't want to repeat it. 115. It's in step 12. I thought it was going to be tradition 1. Page 115 to 116. Okay. All right. I'm just going to start on top of page 115. After we come into AA, I didn't do introductions. Not that it matters. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. Please say hello. There, we're done. After we come into AA, if we go on growing, okay, remember we're talking about step 12 here. But if we continue growing, okay, so you've reached the 12th step. What does that mean? It's time to get to work. So what that means, it means now that action is going to be your key word every day. Action. Emotional security, our attitude and actions towards security, emotional security, and financial security commence to change profoundly. Our demand for emotional security for our own way had constantly thrown us into unworkable relations with other people. Though we were sometimes quite unconscious of this, the result has always had been the same. Either we had tried to play God and dominated those about us, or we insisted on being over-dependent upon them. Where people had temporarily let us run their lives as though they were still children, we had felt very happy and secure ourselves. But when they finally resisted or ran away, we were bitterly hurt and disappointed. We blamed them, being quite unable to see that our unreasonable demands had been the cause. And we know that these are unreasonable demands, but we cannot stop ourselves, can we? It's like watching yourself from outside of yourself. It's an out of body experience. And it's literal hell because you know that you're doing the wrong thing, yet you just can't help yourself. I just heard this story and I apologize if. So a friend was telling the story about a person that's in the program and they got their 60 days. And that 60 days, what it does is it was very huge. It meant that they were going to get their liver transplant. And they celebrated by drinking. Man, that one hit me in the heart. Was it alcohol? See, something really exciting was coming up for, and nobody stopped to think, well, maybe, just maybe, when she gets that good news. Right? Excitement will make you fucking drink before anything. Because we don't look at it. I can stay sober through death. But somebody give me $1 million and I'm excited. Ooh, nah, I don't know. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't have joy in our lives. Excitement does not equal joy. Joy is something different for me, in my experience. We had taken the opposite tack and had insisted, like infants ourselves, that people protect and take care of us or that the world owed us a living. Then the result had been equally unfortunate. This often caused the people we had loved to push most of us aside or perhaps desert us entirely. Our disillusionment had been hard to hear, had been hard to bear. We couldn't imagine people acting that way towards us. We had failed to see that though adult in years, we were still behaving childishly, trying to turn everybody, friends, wives, husbands, and even the world itself, into protective parents. We had refused to learn that the very hard lesson that over dependence upon people is unsuccessful because all people are fallible. And even the best of them will sometimes let us down, especially when our demands for attention become unreasonable. As we made spiritual progress, here we go. As we made spiritual progress, we saw through these fallacies. It became clear that if we were ever to feel emotionally secure among grown up people, we would have to put our lives on a give and take basis. We would have to develop the sense of being in partnership or brotherhood with all those around us. We saw that we would need to give constantly of ourselves without demands for repayment. When we persistently did this, we gradually found that people were attracted to us as never before. And even if they failed us, we could be understanding and not too seriously affected. So the demands that we put on people, and that's why, group of drunks is great for starting out with a higher power, but sooner or later, you're going to have to change that because even groups, what is a group made of? People. Well, in a year, half your group's going to be gone. Oh, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. No, they're not. Oh, yeah, they are. I've been around way too long. Okay. And don't ever try and figure out who's going to stick around and who's not. Just don't even bother trying that. Hey, Gary, good to see you, dude. As we have so we just read that part, right? So the unity, the the effectiveness, and even the survival of AA will always depend upon our continued willingness to give up some of our personal ambitions. That's why I thought they were talking about tradition one because I saw the word unity and brotherhood. So just as a sacrifice means survival for the individual alcoholic, so does sacrifice mean unity and survival for the group and for AA's entire fellowship. I'm going to go to AA Comes of Age. because I don't feel like we've gotten everything out of it. Except I don't have AA comes of age. So what it was? Yeah. All right. Well, I do not have AA comes of age. So what we're talking about here is that we are in partnership, not just with God, not with just the people around us, but everybody. And we have to live our life on a give and take basis. That means we give a little, we take a little. I just heard somebody who was running the meeting said, you know what? I want to be able to give as much to the meeting as much as everybody has given to me during this meeting. And I really heard that. I really heard that. And I get what he's saying. Okay? And I get that. I understand that. Wanting to give back as much as you're being given, you're never going to be able to. So just keep giving back. Okay? But do not get to the point where you're giving so much of yourself that you are not taking time to receive. If God gives you a gift, he wants you to take it. If I give you a gift, I want you to take it, right? You give somebody something, whether it's emotional support or maybe they needed $5 or whatever, you know. But we got to do this stuff together. We got to think. This morning I saw this guy, and he was saying, I deal with complex anxiety, PTSD. He was talking about a couple of things that he was going through. And somebody popped up, and this isn't this, but I know it's not this person's fault. They popped up and said, well, I'm a recovery coach. I can help you. No, wrong answer. Recovery coaches do not deal with mental health. So I wrote, hey, you know, I go through this also, and I found that EMDR works great. I use Overcomers Counseling. EMDR is fantastic. Give that a try. Recovery coaches do not hand out medical advice. We refer. And then I let the recovery coach know, hey, I would be happy to talk to you and show you how to get clients. And I'm not going to hear back from that person. I won't. Probably because I kind of stepped on their toes, but I'm not going to let that person take over that person. The Medicaid even came up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Well, not in my group. No. Wait a minute. I don't have a group. Not in Trisha's group. Not going to happen. Hey, I'm getting used to it. It's only been shut down for a week. So, and it's been weird. It's been really weird. So let's try and think those extra steps before we're doing something to help somebody else. I don't know why my brain is foggy today, but it is. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have a